How is it going today? Lord, let's come on, Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne N Jazz. Today we have for you the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for this series.
Yes.
It's been a long wait. I've been very excited. No, it has been a long wait.
Because for the one show.
Because of COVID. That's why.
Oh, I was going to say, not really, because we had WandaVision not too long ago, and then we had Snyder Cut like yesterday.
WandaVision has me having trust issues.
What? You mean
it's
like
all the fan theories.
Well, that's the fans' fault. Like, that's
our
fault.
No, it's not. They threw hella Easter eggs in there.
Okay, they threw in Easter eggs, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of the stuff that the fan base was talking about, I really didn't see it. Like, I really did not see, like, Doctor Strange coming in at any time.
They name dropped the Sorcerer Supreme.
Just because they name drop him doesn't mean he gonna show up.
How does that mean it would have been nice. I mean, he's like right there in New York, and they're like right there in New Jersey. It's like a hop, skip over.
Okay,
and
there's a lot of people.
Big old hex.
Now you might as well show the Defenders too, because
I mean, I would like that
Cage
too.
Is there, Jessica Jones.
That's right.
There,
that proves my point even more.
No,
that
I'm saying, do you expect all of them to come in the show?
No, that they got New York on lock, and until he has to go deal with that Avenger level threat. Okay, you feel me?
I'm just saying, we went wild with the theories for WandaVision, and I'm not going into the show with any theories at all. I'm just watching it. Like, I'm not having no expectations. Like, I'm just watching it straight.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But this series is definitely more grounded in reality, and I love those type of shows that are grounded in reality, even though it is superheroes, but it's more grounded for sure. Where do we start off? We start off with Falcon. I guess he's back in the service. I think he's back in the service because he's dealing with military.
He's working with the Air Force, I think.
Yeah, he's Torres. I don't know what his is he like a lieutenant or whatever, but he's messing with this guy named Torres. He seemed like a fanboy, and he's like, "Hey, Falcon," and he was like,
"Well, I mean, he's working with him.
I know he's working with him.
His work and everything. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Not like he has like
he is an Avenger
that like says like who he isn't, like or whatever. Like we know who he is. So like he's doing the mission, and we're seeing Batroc the Leaper again.
Yeah.
And I saw him in it
when
I saw him, I was like, didn't Cap fight him?
Yeah,
I was like, yes, he did. I was like, yeah, he did fight him. And they're basically like, it was a mission to save somebody.
Some sergeant, lieutenant, or something.
They held him captive or whatever. They was taking him, and like they had to do it quick because they couldn't like pass a certain border. Because then they couldn't, do anything past that point. So it was just like Falcon, like trying to like do, his Falcon thing and like just fly through the air. And
it was such a good scene.
Everything, yeah.
It was such a good scene. I was like, the way he was flying, and they get that little superhero dive they always do.
Yeah, the T-pose.
Yeah, right. Just flying around, and it was such an amazing scene. The fight scenes was great. He even his wings definitely got an upgrade because they like cocoon and he could block bullets with it. It was just such a good
and
scene.
Red Wing was good too because Red Wing is now like his drone made like help from Tony Stark too.
Yeah, for that laser.
And
they lasered the plane, and he was able to get in. It was just so
he start fighting them and everything.
Yes.
And I just like how this show was like showing like what Falcon was doing and like what Winter Soldier was doing. Because like they showed Falcon like helping with like the Air Force and everything like that, and that's when we saw like Torres on the ground, kind of like trying to like intercept with him like about as like what's going on.
Yeah, how every superhero they have the person that is at the like let's just like they always like the IT person that always talking to him. He said, "Oh man, you gotta hurry. Every superhero always has an IT guy that always gives them info." Okay.
But with Torres, we know that like he eventually becomes the Falcon in the comics. I'm pretty sure that whenever it does happen, because like Falcon, there was a scene like where he was basically putting the shield like away, like putting the shield away, as in like I'm not ready for this position as Captain America, and I don't want it, because even when Cap gave it to him as old Cap, he was like, it feels like this belongs to somebody else. Yeah. And then Cap was like, well, it's yours. Yeah. And then he was just like basically saying like he doesn't feel like he's worthy enough for that mantle, so he's just like trying to like put it aside. So they put it in a case and everything, and then that's when we saw War Machine, which is Rhodey. Yeah. And he was talking to him because he lost somebody too. It was like he lost Iron Man. Yeah. Like they both lost somebody. Yeah. So it's like they're able to connect like on that level and everything. So I know that Torres later on is most likely going to become the Falcon whenever Falcon decides to become Captain Falcon.
Captain America.
Captain America.
But yeah, I was like, and then that they also introduced the Flag Smashers, which they even said in the series that like that's bad. That is a trash name. The Flag Smashers Okay?
Yeah.
But their whole thing is like they want no borders and they agree with what happened with the blip. So they're trying to, I guess, you know, make it because I guess, I mean, of course, everything would be open because half the people are gone.
Yeah.
And then they were just talking about how, like, if one group of people is, you know, succeeding, another group may be falling by the wayside or whatever. And that is very true. So, like, you know, we don't really know much about what happened to the world yet.
Yeah.
What happened to the blip, because I'm sorry, like, the more populated countries probably got more of their population taken away. So, but the Flag Smashers agreed that yes, no borders. And I'm like, I kind of get it.
It's like I kind of get where Flag Smashers is coming from. Only thing that I defer from is like definitely not killing people. Like we don't need violence or anything like that. But like I do agree with the fact that there shouldn't be. I feel like there should be different regions like we have now and stuff like that.
Different
but
places
as
to name
far
them.
as like allowing people to get in and out should not be like, you know, like controlled, you know? Like I feel like as somebody, like if they're peaceful and stuff and they just want to like, you know, make a life and everything, they should be free to go wherever they want on this earth. That's what
agree.
I feel like.
I agree,
but you should still have flags and stuff to designate like where you are. Like, like this earth
like,
is gigantic. Where you
like,
at?
where are you? I'm bottle water somewhere?
Yeah, like nobody knows where to find you unless you like have like, you know, different subdivisions and stuff like that. So like that's helpful. But like I don't think that they should be like saying like, oh, you can't come here or you're not allowed to come here. In a perfect
world,
you know?
In a perfect world, we should be able to just go places and there shouldn't be no violence or nothing like that.
Just be peaceful. Like if you're trying to make a new life, like you shouldn't have to get permission. Like it's not like, you know, like we made this land. This land was already here. Like so, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna get into
that's a different rant, but I understand the Flag Smashers where they're coming from.
I understand where they're coming from. Kinda, but like not all of it.
Yeah,
like
not
I'm
all
just
of it.
like not killing people and all that stuff like y'all doing. And then we saw that the leader has some type of super strength because Torres got in there like on the down low, like he was acting like he was one of them and everything, and he even got handed a mask. And then it got like a notification on his phone which said run in a different language basically to make like a whole like a flash mob type thing, like where they distract the whole not city, but like
police.
The people that's around,
the police,
and so that the main leader, the main Flag Smasher, could get away and everything. But then he had like super strength because he hit Torres.
Boy, he kicked him across the.
And he kicked him. I was like, because when he came out the window and landed, I was like,
that's a superhero landing.
Right, I was like, he gotta have some type of strength or something because no way a regular human lands like that from
without breaking their knees,
hurting themselves.
Right.
So I was like, you gotta have something. And then when he kicked him, I was like,
oh, that's I was like, super soldier stuff. I'm like, what?
I was like,
mutants,
that's
maybe
super
mutants,
soldier.
maybe mutants. We don't know yet. But
and I have two theories. I was like, either he's a super soldier like how they made Cap, or he might be like a hidden like Winter Soldier. Even though I know Winter Soldier said that he's the last one.
But you never know.
Yeah,
though.
I'm like, you never know. I was like, maybe he's one that's secretly still around. Like he didn't die. So like maybe that's another Winter Soldier. I don't know.
So that's it. And then we had the because they're separate this whole time. The Falcon is separate and Winter Soldier is separate. Bucky, and it was like I was very surprised that they wasn't automatically teaming together.
Well, they're not the best of friends.
They're not the best of friends. So, but I was surprised the first episode that they weren't together at all, and I still enjoyed it even though they weren't together. And so we see Bucky, and he's like they show a flashback of him as the Winter Soldier.
Just marking people, people left and right. And then he killed like this one dude that was like a consultant, and then that was basically like a nightmare that he had, and then that brings him to like his therapy session where his therapist is like, you know, how are you having nightmares? And he's saying no, and she's like, you know, I know you're lying, right? Like, and he's basically like not trying to give her the truth as to anything that she's asking.
No.
Because she said, are you having nightmares? No, that was a lie. And then she was like, are you following the 3 rules and stuff? And then he's like, yes, which is a lie too.
Which was a lie.
He's over there still doing stuff that's illegal. He did. I think that was the first one.
That's one. Don't do anything illegal.
Yeah, don't do anything illegal. Second one is make sure that nobody gets hurt.
Right.
And then the last one was like,
don't kill. Right. Don't kill.
What's the last one?
I think it was don't kill or something.
I don't know. I don't know what the last one was, but he was supposed to follow 3 and then he didn't. Basically, like he's trying to right his wrongs when he was Winter Soldier.
Make amends.
So he has like this little list of like names that he has to cross out and everything. And then a consultant later that we find out, the consultant that he killed in his nightmare is actually the son of a neighbor that he's like just like hanging out with.
Yeah.
And that's actually his son that died, and he expressed that he's sad about his son's death because he doesn't know what happened to him. Like really what the real reason is, but Bucky knows. He's like, man, I killed him, man.
Yeah,
so
he the dude was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I ain't gonna say anything. But as the Winter Soldier, he has to make sure there's no witnesses.
Right.
The Winter Soldier is supposed to be like a myth. So he
gotta kill him.
He gotta kill him. And so it was like, and you could just see Bucky just struggling. And then he was like, let me see. She was like, the therapist like, let me see your phone. And she was like, the only person you've been talking to is me. You only have like 10 people in this phone. And then you're ignoring text from Sam.
Yeah. So it's just, and it was just, it's just funny because he was just like, he's just so alone, and she was like, that's just so sad and everything. He was just like, you are like a terrible shrink. Right. And she's just giving it to him straight. She's like, look, like you have like no social life. Like you need to go out there and do what you want because you're free now. You're not Winter Soldier no more. You don't have no orders to do anything. You can do whatever you want. And because he was stuck in that state for so long, like he's like 106 years old now. Yeah. So he's just like, I don't know what to do.
They had some little funny scenes where he like the same guy that, you know, his son, the father's kid that he killed, they basically set him up with this date, and they were just having banter. And he was talking about like him trying to acclimate and, you know, online dating that he was trying to do, and just like, trying to acclimate. So weird. Right. And he was just talking about the last time I danced was 1943. It was just like, I would believe if we got transported 106 years in the future, everything would be just like
weird to us too.
Weird to us too, and we'd just be like, bro, oh my goodness. But yeah, and then we had this thing with the Falcon, and it was just like
he's trying to help his family.
Yeah, because he got blipped.
Yeah,
he was gone for 5 years.
Yeah, so his sister was like, you know, trying to help the family business, which was like the shrimp business and stuff, and like they're kind of struggling. So she was trying to sell the family business. He's like, hey, hold on, because I have half of that too. You're not about to sell this. And so then they needed basically a bank loan, and he's like thinking like, oh, because I'm Falcon, they're gonna help. Because I'm Falcon, which no, they didn't. Because he went to the bank and they were fanboying.
They were fanboying, but the dude
was fanboying, but he wasn't approving him because he doesn't have any credit. Which I don't know how he's supposed to because he was gone for 5 years. Yeah. So I'm like, you act like that's the thing that got me mad. I'm like, people are acting like people that got blipped away chose to get blipped away. Like they just did. Like they just did against their will. And Falcon was literally fighting the dude that was causing it to happen. Like they were trying their best for it to not happen. It happened. They got I was about to say destroyed. They got wiped out, like, you know, half of them. So it's not like it was their choice that they decided to leave. Like, it's just hard to
acclimate. Like, imagine like everybody coming back after you. It's like imagine if like I disappeared for 5 years and you're like going with your life, and then all of a sudden I return. Like it's like, bruh, it's like it's a long time.
It's hard. So
and the fact that he still couldn't get a loan, even though he was the Falcon and he helped save.
They don't care.
They didn't care, and it was like subtle stuff like that I like. And then also let's go back to the scene where he was given his shield to the Department of Defense in the Smithsonian, and then they turn around and
they went ahead and it looks like they was already prepping for a new Captain America because Falcon didn't take it, so they're like, you know, like we need somebody else basically. And then that brings us to U.S. Agent that's introduced, and he has like a similar costume to Cap, not exactly, but it's like
very similar.
And they said that he's the new Captain America. And then he came out with like his suit, and then he came out with the shield, which I thought was disrespectful.
That was so disrespectful.
Yes.
They didn't even call him or tell him or anything. He had to find out on the news. This is to say, come in here, look at this. And you know, boy, he's steaming. He is steaming. He's like,
I'd be mad because like it wasn't just like Cap was just Cap, but that was his best friend and stuff like that. So it's like I'm putting his shield away to put the mantle away because it was like we need a new Cap and everything, and then y'all bring that mantle back out and give it to somebody new. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be so mad. Like, no, y'all didn't disrespect Cap like that. No, you didn't. No, you did not. And then he looked goofy. He looked goofy too.
He did look a little goofy when he came out. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, who the heck? I was like, oh my God. So,
I was like, he did look a little goofy. I'm pretty sure he's gonna look better. I think it's intended for him to look like that.
I don't know, but he looked goofy to me. So I was like, disrespect on Cap's name. No, you did not.
I was just feeling for the Falcon. I'm like, yo, so they just not only did they was like, oh, this you're doing the right thing to give us this shield, and then you give this shield to somebody else
after Cap specifically gave it to him. to take over.
Exactly.
Like, if I don't take it, the one that he intended to give it to, if I don't take it, you leave it in that damn shelf.
You leave it in the museum where it belongs.
And then let somebody else become whatever hero they want to become underneath another name, okay? Not saying you can't do hero work. You still can. You still can.
Listen, that was...
Don't do that.
That was piss. Boy, when we saw that, we was like, oh my God.
I was like, how dare you?
How dare they?
Like, how dare you? So...
But that was pretty much the episode. It was not really, I feel like we got a lot of world building kind of. You know, the Sokovia Accords won't allow him to cross into different, borders.
Territory.
Then we got the Flag Smashers that are trying to tear down that. Then we have Bucky trying to, make amends and find his way in the new world, kind of like how Captain America did. Now that he's not the Winter Soldier anymore, and I think he still has PTSD of like maybe still becoming that.
Yeah.
Imagine getting frozen and brainwashed for 70 years. It's just crazy. Then we have U.S. Agent. And oh Lord, them giving him the shield, boy. That would make me I'll
be so mad.
I'll be so mad. But that was pretty much the episode. I give it. What do you give it? I give it 9 out of 10 so far.
I give it a 10 out of 10 because I didn't expect anything.
The only reason?
Yes, 9 out of 10 because of the credits.
That's the only reason.
I was like,
that's the only reason.
They're doing the same thing as they did with WandaVision, where they had like 6-7 minutes of credits. Like, yo, can y'all
stop that, please?
Stop.
Please stop that, Mr.
Stop it.
Mr. Feige. May I call you Mr. Feige? Kevin, please stop. We don't need 6 minutes of work for credits. Them credits be moving slow. Me and Jazz look like speed. We're not even speeding through. We're like slowly fast forwarding because we don't know if there's a post credit
you
scene.
never know. So that's why I always fast forward through.
And we going through it. It's like 6 minutes, and I'm like, how much credit? I know we know the people need to be addressed that made it. Thank you guys so much for making this content. But still, y'all could speed it up or make it look better or something. No, that's not part of the runtime.
Yeah,
they trying to pad it. You know when YouTube used to pad the runtime when the YouTube
I remember that.
when they had the black screen at the end.
Like just a black screen at the end of it.
So it could be 10 minutes so they could put ads in there. Right. So. And boy, I'm looking at that thing. I'm like, man. But other than that, it would have been a 10 out of 10. If it was a straight 48 minutes of content, it would have been 10 out of 10. But that's it. But yeah, anyway, guys, comment below. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe. Share.